Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of the SoL Project, my new series of Let's Plays on YouTube, which I'm making in an attempt to get into Achievement Hunter. Today we are playing the original Epic Battle Fantasy, one of my favorite online games ever. I played this game not too long after it came out. I remember playing this game a good bit ago, a few years back, and this game, the entire series it spawned, I thoroughly enjoy. I'm a huge fan of this series, specifically the third game. That one's always been my favorite. But this game in particular was one of the games. It was the first game I played on the SoL Project was Touhou 6. That was one of those games where it was amazing. It was a huge rush for me to beat because of how incredibly difficult it was. This game it's fun for me to beat. Less because of the difficulty, and more because it's just fun to play through. This game, and every game that came after it in the series, of course, but this game in general, should have done this first. These games are just amazing to play through. They're so fun. They're so, aside from the fact that those text bars stick around for a while. They're fun. They're hilarious. These games are magnificent. Some of my favorite games online. And for good reason. I mean, I've played all of them rather extensively. I played the spin-offs. I'm a huge fan of this series. So that's why I thought it would be fitting for the second episode of the SoL Project to play through the first one. I said in episode 1 that there would be a big variation on genres of types of games I play through on the SoL Project. And I thought this would exemplify that pretty well. The first episode being a Danmaku shooter, and the second episode being a battle wave RPG game. What exactly would you call this? You can't really say this is an RPG because it's not a full-fledged RPG like the third and fourth games are. RPG battle rush? I don't know. I don't exactly know what you call this, but it's really good. Whatever it is, it's really good. I would absolutely recommend any game in this series to anyone who likes RPGs. The first two are these RPG battle games, and the third and fourth games, the third one in particular, are full-fledged RPGs, and they are magnificent. So I'm hoping this game won't take me like a million years to play through it. I remember I made a video on my old channel a while ago. I made a video on my old channel a while ago of this game, and it was just a straight playthrough on like normal mode, and I made it with my friends, and I beat it in like half an hour. So I mean, as long as I don't like sit here dawdling around like I am right now, I think I can beat this game in pretty good time. But we'll see. I did a practice run of it earlier today, and it took me about an hour, which kind of surprised me. So I guess we'll just see. That was all I thought it would be. So we're already on the first mini-boss. That's a good sign. No legs, no less. Also, I didn't mention earlier, because I was talking about the girl in the first shop is Anna from the fourth game. One of my favorite characters in the series. Lance will always be my favorite, though. Lance is awesome. I will vehemently defend anyone who says that, or vehemently defend Lance against anyone who says that he's not the coolest character in this entire series. Lance is awesome. And this series is really awesome just because it's number one. It's expertly crafted. It's very well made. It's downright hilarious. The fourth game in particular, which is really funny. I mean, all of them are, but the fourth one in particular stands out with that. Gameplay is absolutely solid. These games are magnificent. No, don't exactly know what I'm not sure what else to say. Talked about the genres, talked about the game. Yeah, I first played this game, I don't know when this game came out, probably 07 or so. That's kind of I'm kind of guessing that one. I'm not exactly sure, but I first played this game years ago, and fell in love with it instantly. I mean, I'm a huge RPG guy to begin with, specifically JRPGs. Huge fan of those games, and this game caught my eye immediately. I kind of always thought, yeah, I didn't get them until like 4 years ago or anything, more than that. And I always thought, boy, would this be sweet if it was an actual RPG. Sure enough, the third game comes out in like 2011 or something. It actually is. But moving on from that, so I played this game, beat it, played the second one, and this game I thought, wow, this game is really cool. I'd like to see more of that. And I played it through a few times, and I loved it, but it's not like I played through it like day after day after day. The second game was what hooked me. The second game in this series was phenomenal. Also, with the first game, I think I only beat it once way back then. It took me a good while to beat this game. Again, referencing the point of what the SoL project really is. The rush of beating the game. But the second game was what really, that game was phenomenal. Loved that game. The second game, by the way, a lot harder than the first one. Probably will run through that one sometime on SoL Project, but only time will tell. See when that will be. Beat up these guys here. I am playing on epic difficulty, by the way, because the practice run I did earlier today, I played on normal, and it was just so easy. I was sleepwalking through it. So I'm running this game on epic difficulty, I believe, for the first time ever. So far, it hasn't been much different other than the fact that I've had to heal Natalie a lot more than normal. So, hopefully that won't be too much of a, deciding factor. This game, the strategy for winning there, at least that I developed, the strategy for doing really well, give Matt the Blood Blade, because his hit points will always be up with that. You will never have to heal him with that, unless, like, something really bad happens. And we have Natalie heal herself and use spells when she can. And as long as she stays alive, you're solid. Because Matt will pretty much always be alive because of the constant inflow of HP with the Bloodblade. There's the Beholder that we know and love. This goes weak to ice. I have absolutely no idea what to use here. Let's try this one. Psychic. Let's see what Cadanius does. I'll take that. Anyways. You give Matt the blood blade so his hit points always stay high, and then you keep Natalie alive at all times because, oh wow, he opens with this attack? That is, that's not common. Oh shoot, I didn't get antidotes at that shop. Oh well, I'll get some later on. I can get through the first half of the game without worrying about it. Because Natalie dying is when you have to use the waters of life on her, and you have a very finite amount of those. Go to this. And you do have a finite amount of those. Whereas, should Matt somehow die, even through the Bloodblade, Natalie has her White Magic, which is really cool. Took me a while to realize that this game actually does not call them Matt and Natalie, it just calls them Player 1 and Player 2. It kind of makes me think that this game was almost made to be like co-op of some sort. I just kind of get that feel from having it read as Player 1 and Player 2. So this has been doing pretty well so far, aside from the fact that these guys definitely have a lot more hit points than on normal difficulty. Which is absolutely to be expected. Case in point, I'm having to heal her almost every other turn. Which actually does happen on normal difficulty, I remember that happening, especially in the later stages against those big floating, or against those floating skeleton dudes that I really hate a lot. Actually, I hate them in the third game. The third game, those guys are terrible. Along with the bloody cosmic monoliths. The funny thing about this game, as opposed to its successors in the series, this game directly used foreign material. Like later on, it uses like Pokemon, and it has like the Soul Eater, and it has the dude from Golden Sun, Catastrophe. Has Lord Canty in it from Fooly Cooley. Like, it has a lot of stuff from foreign material, whereas the other games in the series just have like references to things like that. So like shoutouts to things like that. I always thought that kind of made the first game really like oddball in terms of series. Not that that's bad by any means. I mean, this game is incredible. But it just kind of stands out in that sense that it just directly uses foreign material. But it's cool in the sense that before this game, again, really, before this game was meant to be a series. Oh, please, kid Natalie. That's exactly the opposite of what I wanted you to do. Oh, I thought that was gonna kill her. All right, you're getting healed this turn. Instead of or with this game, before it was meant to be a series, this game was just kind of this standalone thing that was just like, yeah, it's this cool epic, there's this cool battle RPG battle thing, and there's a kind of a story at the end of it, which you'll see, hopefully. If I get through it. But it was so popular that when he made the sequels, he actually tied in the story, I mean, what limited story there is in this game, and tied it into the second game, which is where the story of the series picks up. That I thought was really, really cool. Jesus, 3 times? Jeez, like, he used that attack like once per battle normally. That's crazy. I'm poisoned, and poison is not fun. Sealed is a lot worse, though. I'd rather be poisoned than be sealed. Matt is just fine because he can keep stealing points. Natalie is not, because she needs to take a turn to heal. Oh, I'm so annoyed I didn't get so stupid. I just blew all that money on Ethers and Waters of Life. That was really dumb of me. Oh well. It shouldn't be that much of a problem because there is one more shop later on in the game. So the Beholder is gone. He is the second boss. There are 7, I think, if I'm correct. So right here is where the game starts to pick up a little bit in difficulty. Especially this guy. You are going to not use an Ether and just use Fireball. I'm gonna roast this guy here. Don't friggin' poison me again. Alright, sweet. To keep setting you on fire until you die. Pretty much all of the enemies in this game wound up coming back in later games. Like I remember these tree guys in the third game. The slimes are obviously in everyone. Those floating eye things were in everyone. I think everyone. Maybe not the second. I don't know. Sure. I don't remember the second. I don't remember all the enemies in the second. It's the third game where I know pretty much every enemy type. Fourth game, dear God, did that game have me hooked when that game came out. And that game's not even a year old, at least not at the time of this video being released. Again, that game's only been out for a few months. And oh boy, did that game have me hooked. That game just... The fourth game was a very perfect sequel to the third. It took everything that the third did and added onto it. The only reason I like the third better is because the fourth doesn't capture like the. I mean, it's a hilarious game. It's an extremely well-made game, but it doesn't quite capture the feel that the other games in the series have. The fourth game feels a lot more. It almost feels a lot more like professional, which is absolutely a good thing. It just sets it apart from the other games of the series, as opposed to the third game, which is also an absolutely professional. It's absolutely professional quality game. But the third game just feels more like what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say nostalgic because I feel that term is really overused nowadays. Exactly saying. I guess it has more. The third game has more of a light-hearted feel to it, while still maintaining a very like a storyline, and it maintains its storyline of evil monsters trying to destroy the world. But it manages to be really lighthearted with its characters and the setting, especially. The fourth game, I guess to me, it doesn't feel like it does that. The fourth game to me feels like just straight up like a Final Fantasy game. That's absolutely a good thing because I adore the fourth game, but it just doesn't feel as epic Battle Fantasy to me. Now, that's not to say the fourth game is not a fantastic game. I love the fourth game. I just like the third a little bit better than the fourth one. The Fourth also did have a couple of gameplay quirks I wasn't a fan of. I wasn't a fan of having 4 members in the party and having one switch out constantly. I would rather have had all 4 playable at once, but I guess I can't really say that. I don't really feel like that would make it that would break the game. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't know what I'm saying when I say that. Also, the one thing the third game did that was pretty funny was it explained why the heroes had to fight their way back up to the level that they were at, whereas the fourth game kind of just dumps them back at level 1 and doesn't really say why. But that's a very minor quirk, if anything, and the fourth game is still absolutely incredible. Plus, it has one of the most annoying special bosses I've fought in a while. Once you figure out how to beat it, it's really easy, but getting around its quirk of what it does to everything is really, really irritating. That game is phenomenal, though. I love the fourth game. Really, I just used one. Well, okay, so you're back to full MP. I don't mind, I guess. This poison is really annoying right now, though. It's actually getting through the drain, or the HP drain I have going right now. Time to use these. I'm gonna bust out Purify. Since I forgot antidotes, I'm an idiot. That's a bloody rash on my wrist. Excuse me. So yeah, Matt's gameplay in this game, once he has a blood sword, is kind of just drain hit points, drain hit points, drain hit points. That's really all he does. Natalie is heal, cast spells, rinse, repeat. Doing that continuously should generally guarantee you victory. I'll be pretty surprised if I lose this, but I don't know. I've never actually played on epic difficulty, so we'll see if I wind up eating my words. There's another tree down. Kill this guy, and then we're onto the boss's area, which is the first mech, the weaker mech, the Guardian, I think. What's his name? I think it was what, the Protector and the I think it was the Protector and the Guardian. I think the Guardian's the second one. I can't remember what this one in the second game was called. I don't know if there was. I don't think there was a mecha in the third game. So the third game, the areas were was the town, the forest, the beach, the glacier, the kitty ruins, the volcano, and the black hole. And the bosses of all those areas, the forest, the boss was the... oh god, what was that boss? Boss was the something. Was it the Beholder? No, it wasn't the Beholder. Boss of the beach. No, the boss of the beach was the Beholder. Because we have this guy. Just gonna open. Normal attack. All right. Good way to start. Oh, the boss of the second area was the Beholder. Third area was the Mammoth. Fourth was the Sandworm. Fifth was this something, and the sixth was Akron. Wow, I really feel like I should know the third game better than that. Oh well. I have to go back and replay that sometime. I have no qualms with that. Also notable about this game, uses foreign music for its battle themes. This is the only game in the series to do so. Actually, every other game has its own soundtrack, has its own OST. Is that Water of Life? All right. Well, as long as you keep, I like it when you keep attacking Matt because I can just tank right through that, and that leaves me to keep using lightning on you. And I like using lightning on you. If I use lightning on you. Oh, I liked it better when you shot Matt. I'll take that. That little Mog guy never appears again in the series after this game, unfortunately. He's kind of cute. Yeah, she has enough. Thunderbolt. I'm already tearing this guy apart so far. So we're closing in on half an hour into this. There's no way I'll beat the game in half an hour when I made that old video. I must be just making that up. Alright, you are getting healed. No, it didn't work. It's not working. Oh, probably because she's getting hit. And you're immediately gonna have to heal again. Alright. Didn't save me a Water of Life though. I'd rather go through MP than go through a Water of Life since my MP is very, very high in this game. Come out with the others and it's nearly unlimited. It's definitely enough to last. Speaking of others, I have to use one Matt produced in here. Whoa! That happened. Is this the third heal in a turn? No, it's in a row, but no, it's not. I see something last turn. Oh no, half of these songs were kind of weird for me. I know that a lot of them are from like RPG, or a lot of them are, I think they're all from RPGs, if I'm correct. I started too much. This is gonna happen. I feel like this actually heals an individual player less. Yeah, it does. Jeez, quit using that! I mean, Matt, I don't really care, because Matt can just keep doing your hit points, but I'm going to have to use the other on Matt here soon. I can't do that if I keep having to heal, Matt's. I've got 2 more drains. No, 1 more drain. So I have to use the other this turn. I can't use the other this turn. I should use the other right there. Crap. Still have basic attacks to cover for the drain. I burned through 999 MP on drain and, well, like an eruption or 2. Oh, and a Psychen. Use normal attack. That's gonna heal you out to full anyway. It then lets me use another. Yeah, the 2, what I did earlier with the shop was I put all the money you get into Ethers and Waters of Life. I did that because those are the 2 single most important things you will. Those are the 2, apart from antidotes, which I forgot about. You want like, those are the 2 most important items. Those are the only ones you'll actually make use of. Waters of Life to bring Natalie back if she needs it, and Ethers to restore MP. The other thing I forgot to get was antidotes because those heal stats effects, which I forgot to get them because I'm stupid. Luckily, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get through the first half of the game without worrying much about. Okay, good, you survived. Without worrying much about status effects, although that poison earlier on was not pretty. I use Drain over basic attack because Drain does inflict more damage with the Blood Blade. That's not what I'm using. So almost killed the Protector here. There's Drain. Actually, you know what? I will use basic attack here. Conserve MP. You're almost dead anyway. Oh, you have more health than I thought, though. I don't know if it's the shop after this guy. I don't remember exactly where the shop is. I think there's the Pokemon area and then the shop, if I'm correct. Oh, jeez. God for Drain. I've had to use, what, 3 heals in a turn now? Lord. Let's try this. Pichu! Speaking of Pokemon. Oh, that was a good hit. Wow! 19 hit points. Are you kidding me? That was lucky. Oh my god. Wow. I am going to use a base heal on you instead of the heal more. Because I need you to have 6,000 instead of 5,000 health. And Matt has drain. Oh my god. Suddenly this guy's endless bombing of me has me on the ropes. This is crazy. Oh, I can use Thunderbolt and kill him actually. Alright. So we're gonna tear you apart here. Good night. Alright, the defender, that's what it's called. So the defender and the guardian, I think. Okay, here's the shot, thank god. Can get antidotes. That is notably not Anna. That. Oh, that shit's good. Both of those. Now 500. I have no idea what I would use 500 on. So. Antidotes, I guess. It really doesn't matter. The last 500 really did not matter at all. Alright, so here is the second half of the game, the Pokemon area. These guys are pretty easy if they just hide in their shells. Earlier when I was doing the practice run of this game, half of these guys, all they did was hide in their shells and just did not come out. They didn't do anything, just giving me a free battle. So let's see if they do that here. 2,000 on that attack, dang. See, that's what they did. They would do that, and then they would just literally not move. That's all they would do, is just chill there. I'm not gonna waste MP here. I'm just gonna wail on you. It looked like you had like 2 hit points left, but I can tell it's just at the start. Anime reference! Lucky Star! Oh. Well, because I didn't see your health bar. But use Thunderbolt, how did I know that? Oh well. Oh look, he actually came out! The practice run, all they did was stay in there and just spent the entire battle inside of a shell where they took half damage, so all it did was make me take longer instead of be harder for me. But for me, they didn't deal me any damage. They didn't hinder me in any way except for making the video be longer. And that's why they do that, specifically to make me take longer while recording a Let's Play. So the sooner I burn through the group of crabs here, the group of these clan crab things. This is how much I know about marine life. Well, they're definitely being a lot more aggressive than they were last time, that's for sure. Finish you off. Yeah, you have X'd out eyes. There's 3 of them. Big surprise there. This might be a good idea. Let's use that. Boom! Alright, you're gone. Leaving you very vulnerable to that. Yeah, Thunderbolt. Wow, that's like 1,500 or 15,000 right there. That's nice. Oh, there you are, hiding. See, remember on the first one I did, the bottom 2 hid. They did not get out. They just stayed in their shells and didn't come out. And in that first one, like, I killed the first dude before he got a chance to move, and then the other guy just like hid and then got out, and then by the time he took 2 turns to do that, he was dead. Because I killed him the turn after he got out. It was just funny watching these two because they just stayed in there and didn't come out. See, now they're actually coming out, but then he spends the turn going in, so I still suffer no ill effect. Leaving me open to annihilate this guy. And your magic defense is still lowered, so I can still wail on you with lightning. Actually, you're almost dead. Your hit points are fine right now. It's not like the defender where I have to worry about if it gets below 5,000. Yeah, I can take it down to 2,000, especially if they don't do anything. take longer because they take half damage from their shell. And then they're out of their. They have to spend a turn getting out of their shell. I think all this guy has done so far is go in and out of his shell over and over, if I'm correct, which is pretty funny. There's a different way of making this battle of being annoying. I think it's seriously all he's doing is going in and out of his shell over and over and over, instead of just continuously staying in there. They can continue. They can just stay in there for a turn. But I guess this guy just wants to keep going in and out and in and out. And now he's dead, so it doesn't matter.